Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, I noticed one is just funny to watch, considering how Meta, from all the companies, is talking about free speech. Nowadays, when I see a video of Cuckemberg talking, I see that AI becomes more human than him. So, for all these context, let's not beat the bush around here. Well, this case is just a dead horse that has been kicked for a very long time. And that's fucking fakebook in a nutshell. I still have that account to just stay in touch with family, but considering what fakebook has become, well, at this point it's just like you already know. They push it for censorship too fucking far, and well, they are having some regret in those decisions, primarily because they lost a lot of people, actual people, like banning almost like 80% of the audience there. And in fact, since even that fucking social media is used by old people, it's very common on or common use in Latin America, especially because their family members started with that, and Twitter it was not too well noticed and not too well estimated. Despite that, yeah, I know X, despite all its flaws, there's still a far left hold for some certain places on that side. But you know what's the difference between X and Facebook in current day? When you are surfing on Facebook, you encounter fucking nonsense. Not by you yourself searching for like, oh well, I want to see what is in this group of manga. No, if you are someone just starting liking like anime posts from random people, you know how those posts get shown to you by suggestion, by curation of the own platform, and most of them it's about how they read about Lolicon, and I'm not talking from only the English side. I talking from the Spanish speaking side. You see fucking retards from Latam that are fucking telling to everyone, oh, this fucking grooming pedophile, this this Mushuko Tensei lover is a pedophile, and just like, I really fucking hate this place. And it went worse. It went even worse with 2020. Nowadays we are in 2020 NG plus 6. When the fucking pandemic with Corona Chan, the censorship doubled down even harder. And that's when this fucker, Cuckemberg, announced that they were announcing his army of fact checkers. Or shall I say opinion checkers. It's the most accurate version to portray these fuckers, considering that how they ruined everything. if, just for a give you an example, unrelated to anime and manga, even since more often than not that we refer at this grooming pedophile cult, the LDHTTV, they were on the files of fucking Cuckemberg just because he wanted to share on Donald Trump. And people were banned only by saying, you know, there are only two genders, biology is not a social construct. Misogynist! And something like the worst lame impression of Gollum there. Oh man. At that point, yeah, it didn't get better there. It got so much fucking worse. Then you see the console warriors and from both Nintendo and fucking Xbox. Nah, Xbox, but there are a lot. They're just copying and sitting over Halo every single time. That thing hasn't changed in all those years. With Sony ponies. A lot of fucking advertisement paid by Sony to say, yeah, The Last of Us is good. It's just those leaks. They are just some fucking incels. And if were you trying to share, you know, Sony went so fucking retarded to to the point of yeah doing damage to themselves with this whole copyright strikes. You know, 4chan played better and started to do some queries. Well, I heard the name query when you try to draw on a slightly similar version or a scene of a certain IP and just change certain characters, just like when Abby Smash is fucking strangling Ellie. And you have that some of the most glorious edits from 4chan. And even those edits, they were just fucking they are shadow banned, and a lot of accounts getting banned. So that's what I'm getting to all of this. Cuckemberg fucked up so badly because he thought, yeah, Orange Man is not going to be in office ever again. I sided with the Democrats. I on the right side of history. I on the winning side. And you know, Elon Musk, yeah, I know he has some current flaws. I know the whole drama about the fucking visa hiring Pajids instead of Americans. Yeah, there is a lot of debacles there because yeah, I don't like the idea of more Pajids taking away jobs from U.S. citizens for fucking slavery, while in the detriment that jobs they do they're just not doing great. Just look at Boeing, the fucking airplane that crashed in South Korea was from Boeing, and they hired Pajids for the software. That's one example. Yeah, I am aware of what happened in that tragedy. And yeah, it's DEI related. Or, since we are talking about 2020, the Summer of Love with the fucking George Kirby, Saint of Fentanyl, that he didn't die of the police brutality. He had a stroke in his heart because he was overdosed with fentanyl. And he was a criminal that should have been locked down forever because he had a very bad rap sheet there. He got booked many, many times, threatened people's life. And you know how these George Soros DAs are in those blue states in the US. That kind of information gets shared a lot far better on X rather than Facebook. Because Facebook, as soon as I saw that, he doubled down on censoring everyone. And even if the people that tried to circumvent that sort of censorship, they got shot on even. They tried so hard that they were sounding like they were having a stroke while reading. And it was an excuse to all these far leftists that, oh, sure, they can say the whole death threats, all the things that violate their own terms of service, but Facebook didn't give a fuck. They were just happy to do so. What about Corona-chan? Because that is also not an important one. Sure, the summer of love happened, but that Corona-chan wasn't existing to that. Oh no, and all of that. The fact that the CIA paid to Facebook to silence that information, it came out on X. Sure, I saw an article. I read it over more than a year ago about how the CIA got exposed for paying and hiring all those bot farms to silence the Corona Chan origin. That it was in fact a bioweapon funded by the US. In China, you like you get to see how things can get retarded. But sure, with that information came out, you know that if your first instance in censored, you are just giving on straight like that's truth, and people are going to get eventually tired, both from getting banned and also sticking to a fucking censorious platform. They would rather have it here on X because they say, X is a toxic wasteland with these far leftoids and all these trunies. And then you see the Tratkos hearing, oh, with these fucking porn addicts and all that shit. But you know what's the difference? When Elon Musk took over, I know the problems are still persistent, that there are people getting the platform, but I have to tell you, also the people that actually are against these fucking idiots can get them the platform because they are the majority. They are the real majority, no bot farms in this case. But for Facebook, it's not the case. That's why they are doing all of that. So they're saying that yeah, we want to make Instagram and Facebook more prioritize free speech is because they are fucking scared. They have seen the writing on the wall that they choose the fucking loser side that is just going to make them go bankrupt. They are going out of business. Let's not fool ourselves. They are just delaying the inevitable. So that's right. That's why they are ditching all those fuck checker armies they did there. They hired all of that fucking blood to censor primarily the right and the ones that they just enjoy anime titties. In fact, even the only way that I could see Facebook being salvageable is like, man, if you let me post stuff like this, let's go to an anime waifus. Let me show her titties. It's fucking drowns. Sure, by all means. Okay, maybe you have an argument, but they are not going to do that. And he's so fucking retarded to even push it. In fact, let's not forget his failure of the metaverse. That's why he rebranded Facebook as Meta. And look how things are unfolding for them. All with this NFT and cryptocurrency scams occurring left and right around that time. It's still happening, but not so frequent as around those years. He wants to save his ass from getting into bankruptcy. And even, this is a screenshot from this one. It's terrifying that we're watching 1984 unfold before our eyes. And Jimmy Van Hammer, of course, dunking on that one. Prioritizing free speech is Orwellian. The irony hit me like a rocket-powered hammer. We heard perfectly all people are a flawless doublespeak. Exactly. That doublespeak is so very fucking common in Facebook. But anyway, or I almost forgot when the language censorship, because you know how when you say the N word for the N words, the melanin cocks, that when you are referring them with their own bad behavior, you know that's what it has some slightly similarities to other languages. For example, in Spanish, it's a color, or certain pronunciation in Japanese, it means run. So you can't say the color in Spanish or run in Japanese are many such examples because Facebook doubled down on Yama protected group. Look how that worked out. Yeah, the meta is just done, and he wants to suck that dick of Donald Trump because he doesn't want to go under. He will go under. You can say, oh, but X is more of a fucking toxic wasteland. What's the difference with Facebook? In fact, it's even worse. It's a full echo chamber. The difference between one and another, or next you can clearly notice what is an echo chamber. Or next, Facebook made it possible to hide that very well. But also, you have pattern recognition, you eventually notice. That's why they are still bleeding users, and the only thing they're going to expect from all that is when they close down their own office for their own fuck ups. But anyway, that's all I wanted. I wanted to share here with you. Ah man, my fucking cough there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a pretty good day. Please take care.